Hey there, in today's video we're going to be going over the 2022-2023 TMSCA General Math Test number 11. Let's do it. Alright, number 1. 18.903 plus 27.859 equals what rounded to the nearest tenth? Alright, this is a pretty simple problem to solve. We just have to do basic addition. So 18.903 plus 27.859. Alright, so first, this 0.003 plus this 0.009. That's going to be 0.012. So we're going to write a 2 here and carry the 1. Next, 1 plus 0 plus 5, that's 6. Next, 9 plus 8, that's 17. So we're going to write a 7 here and we're going to carry the 1. 1 plus 8 is 9. 9 plus 7 is 16. So we write a 6 here and we're going to carry the 1. So now this is 1 plus 1 plus 2, which is 4. So we have 46.762. We need to round it to the nearest tenth. So the tenth is just the first place after the decimal point. So the way we round it is we take the place after that, which is this right here, and we see if it's greater than 5 or less than 5. So if it's greater than 5, then we round up. Else, we round down. So in this case, is this greater than 5? Yes, it is, which means the 7 turns into an 8. So we end up with 46.8, and that's your answer. Next, number 2, 1005 minus 587 minus 294. Alright, so 1005 minus 587 minus 294, we can break that down into 1005 minus 587, and then the result of that minus 294. So let's do that. So 1005 minus 587. So when we compute this, we get 418. Next, 418 is what this entire thing simplifies to. So it just becomes 418 minus 294. So 418 minus 294. When we compute this one, we get 124. And that's your answer. Next, number 3, 33 times 18 plus 23. Alright, so we have this 18 plus 23 in parentheses. And according to the order of operations, or PEMDAS, we always do the operation in the parentheses first. So we're going to do 18 plus 23 first. 18 plus 23, that's just 41. So now we have 41 times 33. This is easy. So we can break this down into 41 times 30 plus, so whatever the product of that is, plus 41 times 3. Alright, so 41 times 3, that's a simpler one, so let's do that first. 41 times 3 is 123. Next, 41 times 30. Well, 41 times 30 can be broken down into 41 times 3 times 10. We already know that 41 times 3 equals 123, which means 41 times 3 times 10 is going to equal 10 times 123. When you multiply a number by 10, it's just adding a 0. So this equates to 1,230. So 41 times 30 is 1,230. Now when you add this, so let's do 1,230 plus 1, 2, 3. Alright, so 0 plus 3, that's 3. 3 plus 2, that's 5. 2 plus 1, that's 3. And then 1, that's 1353. And that's your answer. Alright, next, number 4. 24.5 divided by 3.5. Alright, so first thing we have to do is we have to bring both of these into improper fractions. The way we do that is we take the mixed number, which is 24 in this case. So we have 24 and 1/2 as the mixed number. We're going to take this whole number, so we're going to call this W, and multiply it by the denominator. We're going to call this D. So W times D over D. So in this case, that would be 24 times 2 over 2. But wait, we're not done yet, because you also have this numerator on top. So we're going to add n. So 24 times 2 plus 1. Alright, so 24 times 2 is 48. So 48 plus 1 over 2, which is 49 over 2. So 24.5, when turned into an improper fraction, is 49 over 2. Next, 3.5. So we have 3 and 1/2. 3 is our whole number, 2 is our denominator, and 1 is our numerator. So to convert this into an improper fraction, we have to do 3 times 2 plus 1, and then this divided by 2. So 3 times 2, that's just 6. 6 plus 1, that's 7. So we have 7 divided by 2. So this is just 7 divided by 2. So now our equation simplifies to 49 divided by 2 divided by 7 divided by 2. Alright, now here's the thing. Since these both have the same common denominator, we can kind of just get rid of these right here, because it's going to give us the same result whether we have the denominator or not. So now we just have 49 divided by 7. 49 divided by 7 is just 7, and that's your answer. Alright, number 5. What is the arithmetic mean of 3/4 and 1/2? Okay, so the arithmetic mean just means we're taking the average of the numbers. So the way we do that is we take the number of terms, or the number of numbers, I guess. So in this case, there are a total of 2 terms, and we're going to take the sum of them. So with this case, 3/4 plus 1/2 divided by the amount of terms, which again is 2. So that's how we would find the arithmetic mean. So first, we need to know 3/4 plus 1/2. How do we do that? Well, we have to bring them to the same common denominator. So 3/4 plus 1/2. So 1/2, so that the denominator is 2, and 3/4, the denominator is 4. They both share a common denominator of 4, which means this 3/4 stays the same, and then this 1/2 becomes 2/4. So now it's 3/4 plus 2/4 divided by 2. 3/4 plus 2/4, that's just 5/4, and that is divided by 2. Alright, so when we are dividing by 2, we can also say that this is 5/4 divided by 2 over 1. Now the thing is, when you divide by a fraction, you can solve that by simply doing the reciprocal. The reciprocal means you're taking the numerator and denominator and switching them. And then you would just change the division to a multiplication sign. So this becomes 5/4 times 1 over 2. Now when we do that, that's just 5 times 1, which is 5, and 4 times 2, which is 8. And we're left with 5/8. And that's your answer. Alright, number 6. What is the value of x plus y using the picture below? Alright, so we have to find x plus y. So in order to do that, we first need to find what x is, and we need to find what y is. So the way we're going to do that is by using the concepts of supplementary and complementary angles. So a supplementary angle are just two angles that sum to 180. So that's a supplementary angle, or I'm just going to call it SUPP. Alright? And then a complementary angle, so COMP, is two angles that sum to 90 degrees. Now usually the two angles will be on a line like this, because when you put them together, it'll form 180 degrees, which is a straight line. Then with the complementary angles, it's going to look something like this, where they both sum to make a big angle like this, kind of like an L shape. Now the reason they do that is, so this is like perfect shape, you know, like perfectly straight, perfectly straight. And the reason they do that is because 90 degrees is 1/2 of a perfect line, so it's kind of like you're taking this line and then folding it over. Anyways, now that we know this theory and stuff, let's solve this problem. So how are we going to do this? So right here, we have two supplementary angles, 7x plus 4 and 3x plus 6. So we know that these two are supplementary because they're on a straight line like this. That means they add up to 180 degrees. Alright, now we can solve this by just adding up these values. So we have 7x plus 4 plus 3x plus 6. And that is all equal to 180 degrees because they are supplementary angles. Now, we can combine the like terms. So 7x plus 3x, that's 10x. And 4 plus 6, that's just 10. So 10x plus 10 is equal to 180. Now, we have to subtract 10 from both sides to cancel it out on this side. So these two cancel out, and then 180 minus 10, that's just 170. So this becomes 10x equals 170. So that means x is equal to 170 divided by 10, which is just 17. So we know that x is 17. Now we need to find y. The way we do that is pretty similar. So we know that this angle right here, these two are complementary. The reason for that is they add up to the 90-degree angle, as we see right here. So that means we can set up an equation similar to this. 6y plus 4y, which are the two angle lengths, is equal to 90 degrees because they're supplementary, so they sum to 90 degrees. So 6y plus 4y, that's just 10y. 10y is equal to 90, so that means y is equal to 90 divided by 10. 90 divided by 10 is 9, which means y equals 9. Finally, we can solve x plus y. X is 17 and y is 9. 17 plus 9, that's just 26, and that's your answer. Next, number 7. Jill and Monette started playing a game at 6:16 p.m. The game lasts 90 minutes long. The girls had to stop the game for 12 minutes to get a snack, and then had to stop the game again for a 10-minute restroom break. At what time did the girls finish playing the game? Alright, so they're starting at 6:16 p.m. The p.m. is very important because we don't want to answer in a.m. So first, the game is 90 minutes, so we can automatically add 90 minutes to this time. Then, they had to pause the game for 12 minutes, so we can add 12 to this time. Finally, they had to stop it again for 10 minutes, so we can add 10 to this. So this becomes 6:16 p.m. plus 90 plus 12 plus 10. 90 plus 12 plus 10 is just 90 plus 22. 90 plus 22 is just 112. So 6:16 p.m. plus 112 minutes. Alright, so first, 60 minutes is an hour. So we can subtract 60 from this and add 1 hour here. So this becomes 7:16 p.m. plus 52 minutes. Alright, so if we add 50 minutes to 7:16, that would already cover the next hour. So that means we would lose the 44 minutes to get to 8. So we subtract 44 minutes here, and then we add 44 minutes here. So now this becomes 8 p.m. And then you finally have the 8 minutes left. So 8 p.m. plus 8 minutes, that's just 8:08 p.m. And that's your answer. Next, number 8. 270 decagrams equals how many milligrams? Alright, so when doing conversion problems, you just have to memorize what the rate is of conversion. So 1 decagram, so let's just call this a decagram, is equal to 10,000 milligrams. So that means if we have 270 decagrams, we're going to have 270 times 10,000 milligrams. So 270 times 10,000 is basically just 270 with 4 extra zeros. So 270 and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So when you put the commas, this becomes 2,700,000 milligrams. And that's your answer. Next, number 9. Simplify the absolute value of 9 minus 46 minus negative 31 plus negative 3 squared. Alright, first, we have the absolute value of 9 minus 46. When you have these two lines outside any expression, that just means that whatever number is given or resulting from the expression inside, you're just going to take the positive value from that. So 9 minus 46, that's just negative 37. So the absolute value of negative 37. So when you take it outside the absolute value, this now becomes positive 37. So positive 37 minus negative 31. So when you have a subtraction of a negative number, you're basically just adding. So these two subtraction signs cancel out, and it just becomes 37 plus 31, which is 68. Finally, we have plus the negative 3 squared. So when you square a negative number, that's basically just multiplying a negative number times a negative number. When you multiply two negative numbers, the result is always positive. So negative 3 squared would just be 9. So this becomes 68 plus 9. 68 plus 9 is 77, and that's your answer. Next, number 10. 1 cubic yard equals how many cubic feet? Alright, so when you have 1 cubic yard, you can think of it as just 1 yard cubed. So similarly, we would just see how much is that in feet and then cubed. So 1 yard is just 3 feet, which means 1 cubic yard is going to be the same thing as 3 feet cubed. So that's just 3 cubed and then that much feet. So 3 cubed is just 3 times 3 times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. So that's 27 feet, and that's your answer. Alright, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to show your support. These videos take a lot of effort to make, and I would really appreciate it.